Okay, so you're an expert. You've got years of incredible knowledge packed in your brain. But how do you actually turn that into a real, thriving online coaching business? So many people try, and honestly, most get stuck. Today, we are going to cut right through all that noise. I'm giving you the 5, and only 5, essential steps to build your digital empire starting right now.
So let's just get the biggest fear out on the table first, shall we? We've all seen the scary statistics, right? That most new businesses, well, they just don't make it. But why? What's the real reason so many incredibly talented people fail to ever get their ventures off the ground?
You know, it's not about having the fanciest software or some 100-page business plan. No, the real reason is actually much, much simpler than that. They're building on a weak foundation. Lasting success isn't built on complexity. It's built on two things: absolute crystal clear clarity and a powerful purpose. So, to build that rock-solid foundation, we're going to walk through this 5-part blueprint together. First, we'll set the foundation. Then, we'll find your focus, your niche. After that, we'll package your expertise into a product, build the engine to attract clients, and finally, lock in your action plan. Let's dive in. All right, part 1, setting the foundation. Look, before you can build anything for your clients, you have to get your own house in order. This first step is all about creating that internal clarity and the right mindset that's going to drive every single decision you make from here on out. And check this out. Your entire business, literally everything, rests on just these 3 pillars. The first is clarity of purpose, knowing your why. The second is the right mindset, that unshakable belief in the value you provide. And the third is a simple, concrete action plan. If any one of these is wobbly, the whole thing just crumbles. Okay, once that foundation is set, we can move on to part 2, finding your niche. This is where we get laser focused on maybe the single most important question you'll ever ask in your business. Who exactly are you here to serve? Yeah, it all comes down to this one question: who needs your help the most? And I'm not talking about who could kind of benefit from your advice. I mean, who is actively out there right now looking for the exact transformation that you provide. That's the person we're looking for. And that brings us to this idea of a niche. All it is a specific problem you solve for a very specific group of people. And that line at the bottom there, that's gold. If you try to serve everyone, you end up serving no one. This is the absolute key to getting the right people to pay attention to you. Let's make this super real. On the left is what most people say: I teach digital marketing. It's so vague, right? It just disappears in all the noise. Now look at the right. I teach sales professionals how to use LinkedIn to get leads. Boom! Instantly, you know exactly who it's for and the specific result they're going to get. That is the power of a niche. So, how do you create this for your business? Easy. You just follow this simple formula right here. You start with who you help, then what problem you solve for them, and you finish with the tangible results you deliver. This simple sentence, it becomes the guiding light for your entire business. Okay, so once you know who you serve, it's time for part 3, the product. This is where we take all that amazing expertise you have and package it into something real, something tangible that solves their problem. And you've basically got 3 main ways to do this. You could create an online course, perfect for people who want to learn at their own pace, or a coaching program for those who want your direct guidance to get results way faster. And then there's a membership, which is amazing for building a community and providing ongoing value. And here is a huge mindset shift. Please burn this into your brain. Focus on results, not content length. Your clients are not paying you for hours and hours of video. They're paying for a transformation. The value of your product is 100% determined by the outcome it delivers, period. All right, you've got your niche, you've got your product. Now for part 4, the engine. You need a system, a machine, that predictably and consistently brings your ideal clients to you. This is not about luck. It's about building a reliable engine for your business. And that engine is called a sales funnel. It's simply a system that's designed to guide someone who has never even heard of you on a journey, step by step, until they become a loyal, paying client. This is how you move from hoping for sales to creating a predictable path to revenue. Now, every single effective funnel has these 4 key stages. First is awareness, getting on their radar. Second is interest, where you educate them and give them value. Third is decision, where you clearly present your offer. And finally, action, where they become a client. See? It's just a logical flow from curiosity all the way to commitment. But why is this so much better? Why not just yell, hey, buy my thing? Well, this chart says it all. Selling directly to strangers usually fails because there's zero trust. A funnel's entire job is to build that trust. It nurtures your audience with value, so by the time you actually make an offer, they're ready and excited to listen. The result is simple, way less rejection and a whole lot more sales.
Which brings us to our final stop, part 5, your first step. We have covered a lot of ground, I know. So now it's time to pull it all together into a super simple, immediate action plan you can use today.
The most important thing you can do is take action today. So here is your plan. First, write down your purpose in one sentence. Second, use that formula we covered to define your niche, who you help, and the result you get them. Third, just outline your product. A simple 5-step process is perfect. And finally, sketch out your funnel by deciding on one free piece of value you can offer to attract them. That's it. Let's end with the one idea that underpins this entire blueprint. Clarity leads to confidence. Confidence leads to action. And action leads to success. Everything we've talked about starts with getting clear. So my question to you isn't what will you do someday, but what is the one clear, confident action you will take in the next 10 minutes to start building your empire?